Howdy, folks. It's Dr. Flo, Andre, Dre, Flo, whatever y'all call me. I'm coming to you live from Savannah, Georgia, where Papi Water and I are currently sitting in our car, which we recently acquired, thank goodness, because it is New Year's Eve and we are getting kicked out of his mom's apartment. This has been growing over quite some time. There has been escalating hostility as I refused to engage someone who would slam doors and has called me out of my name multiple times, and all the way up until Christmas morning was saying how awful I was. Some of you are aware of my being called stinky, dirty, disrespectful. All of this was because for the last few months I chose to be silent in the face of abuse towards me personally and disrespect. And I didn't want to add fuel to the fire because I need some place to live, and we need a place to live to complete the mission of Dr. Flo and the love experience and continuing to lift love in Savannah. There are details that I will share with you once we are in full safety, because we're not in safety yet. First I was told that our things would be outside. Then I was told that the front door of the apartment is unlocked for us to retrieve our things. I'm not sure if my possessions are indoors or outdoors. I have just been told that I am not welcomed in the space. And like I said, I can't go into all the details right now because it's more of a priority for Papi and I to find safety in this town that I have never lived in before. And I need to hop off soon in order to make some phone calls to just make sure that we are safe and secure for the night. It has been requested that we come and collect all of our things. I want you all to know that it took us about 3 to 4 days unpacking our U-Haul from North Carolina a few months ago, as some of you may recall, and moving the things in. So this idea that we, hi Dolly, this idea that we...
Not a Motel 6, just doing extended day. Extended stay, and it's 13 minutes away. I'm on Craigslist looking.
Okay. Just save their information. We can call them after the live is over. So the idea that we would be able to pack our things, and this is not the language that's being used towards me. I've been called a lot of names today. A lot of very disparaging things have been said about me for many months. I've been subjected to disrespect as a result of not responding to aggression based on my presence in Papi's life and in the physical space. I will be sharing all of the things that have been said to me, because the things that have been said and the ways in which I have been treated there's not a single person in my network and a person who loves themselves that is close to me. There's not a single thing that has been done that would be allowed by someone who loved themselves. Any self-respecting person would not want to tolerate the bullying and the harassment and the aggression that we've been under for quite some time now. We believed that we were going to be able to keep the peace for a few more weeks and gain some traction so that we wouldn't have to live in the car or find our things on the lawn, which I really hope, y'all, that the things are not on the lawn. It's gone back and forth in text. I told her that I would be coming with the police because this is an illegal eviction, and there's just a bunch of moving pieces. There are ways legally that you can remove someone from your residence. There's also illegal self-help eviction situations, which is what his mother is attempting to do to us. If and when we get safely to where we are going tonight to be safe, this morning started with 31-degree weather outside. I'm not sure what the low is tonight here in Savannah. I think it's like lower to mid 40s. When we get safely to where we are going, I will go live again for the community that loves and supports us, just to let you know that we are okay. Like I said, after this live, my next step is to go through the links we're going through. I already had to call a few places while in Aldi, just so you all can see. Aldi closed early tonight. So outside. But I, in Aldi, had to grab as many. I will. Thank you for your care and concern, truly, in prayers. We had to grab canned goods and cup of noodles and leave the store because they were closing quickly. And so this is my headquarters in the moment, to be able to find a safe place for us to live. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I need to share right now before getting back to stabilizing us? I will be going to the location where we've been living for many months, as many of you all know. I will be going to that location with the escort of the police, just to make sure that things go smoothly and that there's proper documentation about the way in which we're being forced to leave. I've been told that she's not there anymore. And like I said, I don't know if the things are outside or inside. I did tell her that any damage to my things would cause greater issues. So I think that's why the door has been unlocked, which is not safe. And we've been told to collect our things while they are away. I'll leave the live up for a few questions. Papi is calling spaces. Are there any questions? But like I said, I will be sharing
Working about it.
as much as I can.
Hello, I'm looking. I'm calling because I was on Craigslist looking for extended stay rooms, and you all were listed for $330 per week. Is that something that you're offering there? Okay. Are you offering extended stay at your location? For how much? I'm sorry. For how much? Okay. For $414 a week. Okay. And then do you offer any monthly options? Okay. Studio 6. Is there one nearby? Or, but I just need to look into Studio 6.
So yeah, send us.
Right, where's Montgomery? Thank you so much. And West Montgomery Park.
Please send us. Yeah. I hope that turns out to be true, Dolly. It's been a doozy of a day. It all started this morning with her turning off the heat in 30-degree weather. The kids were at the house. Papi was here on his day off. And of course I work from home, and she turned off the heat this morning. Well, she turned it on. There's been an issue over the last few weeks with her waking up, turning on the heat at the breaker box, and then when she leaves for the day, turning it off. And we have said that we would cover the electric cost and help to offset the things that were needed. But that's not enough. And so this morning, in 31-degree weather, she turned off the heat at the breaker box before leaving for the day, and Papi was cold. He was concerned that the kids would be cold, and so he turned on the heat. The kids text their mom and said the heat is on, and she called and started yelling belligerently about the heat being on in winter. And Papi let her know that he was cold and that the kids could potentially be cold, and like there was no reason for the heat to be off. And she hung up and shortly text back saying, "You all can get your shit and leave." And it's been text messages back and forth all day as it relates to, like I said, I will share the messages verbatim of the things. It's cold. Yeah, no one has time right now to be living in the car. It's not safe. It's not healthy. There are concerns. But when someone calls you out of your name, she even mentioned that my mother doesn't support me. There'd always been this us versus you all energy in the space. We had gotten her out of eviction 2 or 3 times. We spent our savings to come here and to prohibit her from being evicted. And now today on New Year's Eve, she is pushing us out in the cold. So, yeah. It's been quite the day. Once again, all of this because I did not want to be in arguing matches, and I did not, I mean, to the tune of thousands of dollars. We have shared thousands of dollars from our savings to help her and her kids stay in a warm housing condition. And now we are out in the cold because she does not care for my presence. Let me turn off this light because I don't want to run the battery down. So yeah, I will be continuing to let you all know the details not only of this situation, I will continue to let you all know the details of it all as I am safe to do so. Once again, not to vilify, not to cause harm, but to ensure that people are aware that we were able to acquire a car, hotel, to live in today for way less than the cost of what we gave her for her to be okay. By the time all was said and done, we spent less money getting a car to live in the cold than what we gave her. And all of this is because she doesn't like me, and you all will eventually see what she has said initially about my presence and what she did to get us to be here, and to make it sweet for us to get here. I would never have jumped in a U-Haul and driven over 2 state lines in order to end up in the cold on New Year's Eve. I would not have left North Carolina, driven through South Carolina and into Georgia in order to end up outside on New Year's Eve. And I don't think any of you would do the same. And so I gotta go and make sure that we have a safe place to be, and make sure that there's charging on the phones, all sorts of things. Once again, I'm not sure if our things are on the lawn or if they're in the home, but I will definitely keep you posted on that as well. And yeah, continue to pray for the mission. Like, the facts are that we're loved and lovable. We've always been loved and lovable. We're always going to be loved and lovable. Sometimes the challenges of life come from outside of the camp. And sometimes it's the people that are closest to you that create the conditions for you to have to decide if your calling and your mission is truly worth it. And even outside in the cold, I'm still committed to building Love in Action Network and encouraging, equipping, and empowering people from all walks to know that we will get through this. And we will continue to ask for help and to not stop asking until we get it, and continue to pour our brand of love into the world. Poppy's calling me. I'll be back soon, y'all. You're loved and lovable. Take care.